Well, we're at the end of the semester. If you go in the lessons folder, we're going to go to the Philosophy of Success essay folder, which is assigned the last 2 weeks of the semester. Let's click in there together. And what you will be doing is you will be writing an essay that is a culmination of your work this semester in ACA090. What I'm asking you to do is to identify 3 of the 8 on-course principles that had the most impact on you and choose those to write about. The essay itself will be a 5-paragraph essay, so you'll have an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. If you go into this folder, you're going to see, number 1, that you have a first steps assignment that is due at the end of this week, and then you have your final essay, which is due the very last day of the semester. So be careful, this is not set on a Sunday. It's the last day of the semester. I would love it if you would get it in early, but at any rate, this is when it's due. So let's go through the requirements of the assignment, and then I'll go through these 2 elements, these 2 tasks. So, student instructions for philosophy student success essay. Let's open that together. Let me pull the right file over, and let's read through the instructions together. Throughout this semester, we have explored the 8 on-course principles for student and personal success. Through readings, case studies, and guided journals, you have learned the importance of applying these principles in everyday situations. The 8 principles are, and then they are listed here below with the chapter. So we have accepting personal responsibility, discover self-motivation, master self-management, employ interdependence, gain self-awareness, adopt lifelong learning, develop emotional intelligence, and the last one is believe in yourself, which is actually a section in each of the chapters you've read. You will write a philosophy of success essay as a culmination of both the ACA090 curriculum and your personal growth this semester. This essay will have 5 paragraphs, an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Your paper will follow the guidelines provided in the rubric. Your essay will identify 3 of the on-course principles that you feel are most relevant to your own success and expand upon each of these principles. Or you may write about different key concepts related to the course topics. Be careful here, because if you do choose a different key concept, I expect that you will relate it back to the ACA090 curriculum, and if you do not, you will not get full credit. I am going to require the first steps assignment. I'll go through that in a minute. I am providing an essay template, which some students find helpful to organize their work. If you go to the ILC Center and get help with your writing assignment, I will add 5 points extra credit to this assignment. And at any point, you are welcome to submit a draft to me and I can give feedback. The next page of the instructions tells you step by step how this essay is to be written. So you've got an introduction where you start with 1 to 2 sentences explaining who you are, why you're in college, what brought you to Wake Tech. You're going to list 2 of your college or career goals, why you think a philosophy of success is important and how it will help you. And then you'll have what's called a thesis, where you'll have a sentence that says, my philosophy of success is based on the following 3 on-course principles. And what you will do is you will drop 3 from up above into that sentence. Then you will go into detail on each of those 3 in the 3 body paragraphs. So you will start with a sentence that introduces the principle, your own words, a definition or explanation of that principle, why you think that principle is important, and a personal example of that principle. Conclusion is when you restate the 3 principles from the essay, discuss why they are important and why ACA090 is important and valuable. You should have a font that's 12 point and easy to read. You should have double spacing, 1-inch margins. This should be in Microsoft Word. You should be using the first person, talking about yourself, and you should run the spell check and grammar check and have somebody proof it before you hand it in. Those are the requirements. I'm going to minimize this now, and we're going to go into the first steps assignment. So this is the assignment due this week. You're going to spend some time with your book, maybe looking through this lessons area of Blackboard, just kind of do a little bit of a reflection on where we've been this semester. And then when you go into your first steps assignment and hit begin, the first question is, which 3 of the on-course principles are you going to focus on? So if you select these 3, then these are the 3 that I expect to hear about in your introduction. And part 2 is for you to provide me a draft of your introduction. Now, right here it says go ahead and type into Word and then copy and paste it in this box below for me. If you don't keep a copy, you're not going to have a copy when you go to write your final paper. So please go ahead and start it in Word, run the spell check, and then drop it in this box for me. And you're going to use the guidelines from the rubric, which I've copied again above, to meet all the requirements for the introduction. Once I receive your introduction, I'll provide you some feedback, let you know if you're on the right track, let you know if you're off track completely of the requirements so that you have a chance to make changes before you write the whole paper. Okay? And then once you have submitted that this week and you get feedback back from me, then you can write your full essay in Microsoft Word. Here is the submission link. Once again, due the last day of the semester. And if you would like to use the template, you can use the template. If you have any questions, please reach out, and happy writing!